Hello folks, we are Wednesday, 23 of July. I didn't release audio the last days because I was very busy with private things and, try to do my best. It's not easy to be, in the trading world and then in the real world dealing with kids, wife, marriage, this and that. Anyway, it's not too late. It's not too late, fortunately, to do you an update on the company I'm busy with now. Just to say, I'm still completely bullish on VVOS, but you need to let it, just build this base around $5 to $6, and let the news come. It will be certainly around mid-August, and the perfect storm is brewing over there. The volume is completely dry. There is very few share running around, and any news will basically push the price above $10. But today I want to talk about what's the most urgent situation for me. It's on Clover Health. I have a lot of things to say and explain. I will try to do my best to summarize and not to be too long. I've been super busy doing DD, regroup and recoup all the news, the numbers, this and that. I will try, basically to share that with you. It's not too late. Fortunately, you still can come in the train at a good price. So this video will be useful for a lot of people. Okay, so let's go straight to the point and concentrate to understand. What bring me the attention back to Clov first was the change in direction in the chart. I see, like, roughly 2 weeks ago, my what's the name again? VETX. Well, it's technical. I don't want to give you headaches. I see an indicator that turned green. It's an indicator with really accurate. The name is Vortex. I think it's VTX. It's an indicator that I use a lot. It's at Vortex, VTX. The indicator turned green and was red for a long time, very long time. And so I start understanding that Clov was in a turnaround situation, but it didn't appear clearly because Clov, until today, is very manipulated. It's a long history on Clov. Clov have been, since the first day they are on Wall Street, a target for the shorts. For the one who are listening to me from the very beginning, I was in Clov when it was at 10, 11, 12 bucks in 2021, going in and out, doing some money, losing some money. I was out of the stock during all the run down, and I've been basically buying at the same time of Vivek, the CEO, at 125, and I've been doing again some money going in and out. But I didn't really like the last run from 60 cents to $4.08 because I knew that it was essentially fueled by a short covering. And that's the thing people didn't understand back in time, last year roughly. is that Clover Health is very difficult until today to really know the real value of the company because it's so manipulate. It's so manipulate. There is so many tricks and people playing tricks on Clov that basically people are a little bit lost, and unfortunately, some investors have been buying at the wrong moment because they don't really understand what's going on. So, it was a terrific run from 60 cents to $4.08. Roughly, it's a 8-bagger. Because there was so many short to cover. The stock was at the level of anticipating bankruptcy. So the short was convinced Clov was going down and will be filing, Chapter 11. That's why there was so many short to cover, and that have take time for them to cover all these shares until $4.08 back in, I think it was 1 year ago, August 2024. I don't have this. I'm not in front of my desk, but roughly it's like that. So, what happened after that? Basically, Clov have been going down because it was too high, too quick. I know people who are super bullish don't want to hear that, but I'm trying to be, realistic and say the truth to people. $4.08 1 year ago was too high, too quick. So that's why, unfortunately, if you have been buying last year at the top of the run, you are deep in the red. Deep, I don't know how many percent is that, but around 30-40% red, because it was fueled by short covering. And when the short have been covering enough, they stopped buying. Vivek was buying in the low 1.12, 1.8, so nobody was there buying. So what happened? Basically, retail going out, and the market makers start slowly to short again. So that was roughly normal. Basically, a stock going up too high too quick because of short covering and then coming down. Now, that's why I'm doing this video. We are back in huge manipulation period. And it's coming to a end. It's coming to a end. And the difference, please be very focused because it's very important. The difference is that now we will be starting the covering not from 60 cents, but from $3. I mean, 5 times higher, okay? Again, they have been shorting tons of shares of Clov, especially 1 month ago, 2 months ago, when we were going under $3, they have been shorting as hell at 2.8, 2.9, 3. They have been shorting millions and millions of shares. Actually, we are at 3.27. So we are above the price they have been shorting. So they are already in the red. Already. So the situation is super dangerous and super exciting, because at the end of June, we were at 42 million shares short, okay? That was, people forget, we never have the live numbers. Now we are quite at the end of July. So like 3 week, more shorting. So I suspect we are north of 50 million shares short now. Okay? Plus, this is completely insane. We have BlackRock, who have been taking advantage of the situation. And I think, because I'm not naive, I think they have been organizing this in order to buy 19 million shares above what they were controlling before. So folks, you must understand, because we are in the jungle, okay? We are, especially with Clov, Clov, it's have been a mess for years. Why? It was a SPAC, Shamat was involved, Vivek, this and that, competition, Humana and all this company. Clov is a threat, you understand? I mean, Clov is the public enemy number one in Wall Street. That's how I view the situation. A lot of people want to shoot down Clov. They have been trying all they can. Shorts, fail to deliver, this, that, calls, puts. Amazing. Amazing how Clov is a target. In order to escape, they have been forced to release incredible earnings with huge beats, and Vivek buying shares and this and that, okay? A lot of institutions are buying Clov in the shadow, accumulating like BlackRock. But why? Basically, why we are not trading at $5, $6, $7? Because the shorts are protecting the shorts. Institutions try to play tricks to buy low and accumulate. Unfortunately, well, I don't know if we need to say unfortunately, but that's the situation. Clov attract a lot of calls and puts buyers with options. And that, all this ingredient, BlackRock, shorts, fail to deliver, option, this and that, have the result of this is that the price is completely in a distortion. Clov is not a natural stock. It's a stock under heavy manipulation. You must understand that, because if you don't understand, people will not get what's going to happen in the weeks to come here. What's going to happen short term, okay? I think that's my opinion, and I may be wrong. If I was always right, we'll be ultra multimillionaire. That's not the case. But what may happen, and not financial advice, just thinking, what may happen here, it's a kind of combination of several factors who will provoke a huge run in price. It will be completely wild, because it's very, that's blowing my mind, roughly, all the factors who are running around Clov. It's very complicated, to be honest with you. Because we can see that, look at yesterday. Yesterday, it was Tuesday. We have been basically open pre-market at 346, open at the opening bell at 333, 334, and then we fall down to 316 before a huge green candle of 700,000 shares basically pushed the price back up, and we finish at 324 with 327 after hours. I mean, with 11 million and 12 million in volume. Amazing. Why amazing? Why the price? The price was set yesterday to go above 3.5. But when you go deep in the numbers, you see that total volume of yesterday shorts were 70%. That's insane on a big company like that. It's not a penny stock with 300,000 in volume, like VVOS, for example. This is a huge company with BlackRock, with big institution, with a lot of share running around. And to see 70% of total volume short just to avoid running above 3.5 and keep the stock at 324, this is insane. I mean, it's enormous. Normally you see that on penny stock, on, little company with not too much volume. 70% is incredible. So my guts tell me that there is a game here, and I may be wrong, but there is a game here, very strange and vicious, between maybe the same actors. Basically what they are doing, I know it sounds incredible, but that's what I think. I think that Wall Street is greedy, and they know, especially BlackRock buying 90 million new shares. They know next earnings will be amazing. They know some big SaaS news are coming. They know. But they are greedy. So what they are doing, they short Clov. They short as hell. They buy as low as they can to have the best return possible after the run. So they have been buying at 2.8, 2.9, 3 and all that. That's why I'm saying it's not too late. We are only at 324. And at the same time, the price is going down. They buy option calls on the 15th of August and the 15th of January 2026, because naturally they don't care. They don't care to cover the short, even at a loss, if they can make 1, 2, 3, 400% on the calls. You understand? They don't care to lose 20, 30, 40% on buying back their short, because they're making so much money on the calls. I don't touch at the calls and the puts. That's not my cup of tea. But they do that. They buy calls at the same time the price is going down because they short Clov, because they're greedy. And they know that when the news hit the wires in August, earnings, this, that, SaaS, Humana, link between Humana and Clov, and all the things you know already if you follow the company. This is going to be, some kind of big bang, and they want to make as much money they can. Unfortunately, I must tell you that, to be completely honest with you, all this manipulation, all these things, shorts and calls and this and that, will have the effect that Clov, it will be very difficult to have a regular and fair price in Clov. What I mean is that actually, I'm not saying next year, I'm saying actually, the value of Clov, depending how you calculate SAS in the equation, the value of Clov, it's around, if you read different article, it's around $6 roughly. Basically the double of today, roughly. That's now. Next year is another story. But there is so much tricks and shorts and look at Open. I mean, Open it's in the middle of a storm because it was so manipulated. It's the same story, same background. SPAC, Chamat, disrupting the real estate sector. A lot of hate. They bring it under $1. They announce reverse split, and from there, complete madness. Why? Because there was so many players around Open. And Clov is exactly in the same situation. Big difference, Clov is not. Clov is doing good business. Open was in some, real difficulties. It was really going in bankruptcy with the price at 60 cents. Like Clov back in 2024. Now, I think personally that for a lot of reason, interest rate, this and that, Clov is more predictable with the four stars rating, Clover Assistant. It's different. I prefer Clov, but it's the same kind of storm that we are here. Tons of shares, short, option, calls, price manipulation. So why I'm saying that is that you must expect that you will be facing with Clov brutal movement. And maybe, and I say unfortunately, why? Because you will see some excess. Basically, I don't know, I'm throwing numbers, but you can see a spike at $10, $15, and then going down and this and that. It will be, Clov until they are not clearly profitable, doing money and, have a flow of news who is very clear and all that. Clov will be the target of the shorts and the manipulators. So until that happen, and it may happen in 2026, because the best year of Clov is ahead of us. We are really at the end of the story in terms of darkness and foggy things. I think 2026 will be absolutely amazing for Clov. It's a super investment for the one who don't want to have headaches and who need to go in and out the stock. I really think it's the end of the bad part who start basically 4 years ago. Now is the time of to turn into the situation into victory in the sector, because this, because that. I think great news and great beat of earnings are coming. It will be amazing for Clov. I mean, we are on the path, to go by 2030. At who knows where? I mean, and nobody know, but something like $100 per share, we are going into that direction. And basically, now it's the last weeks that we are dealing with, all this mess, $2, $3, $4. And after that, it's a snowball effect. The stock will be trading above $5. A lot of institutions will be able to buy news, and then it's finished. It's finished. You will be chasing at $6, $7, $8, $9, and so now it's the time. I mean, it's very not too late. That if you are a short-term player and want to buy the squeeze or the run after the earnings or the news, if you are a long-term investor, it's a good entry price. Remember that, yes, last year we were at 60 cents, but the company was basically, very different from today. Today we have 4 stars of reimbursement. We have SaaS contract who will be revealed, beat of earnings. I mean, the face of the company have changed a lot since last year. And last year the price, was under $1 because everybody was thinking bankruptcy. Now nobody talk about bankruptcy, but Clov is trying to find the floor, and I think she find it at 2.8, 2.9, and from there, basically preparing for the big storm, perfect storm who is coming between earnings, news, short covering, calls. I mean, look at the option chain of mid-August. Look at the option chain of mid-January 2026. It's amazing. I mean, it's enormous. So you must understand that the people who have been buying all these calls to be exercised mid-August or mid-January, they have been playing a lot of tricks to maximize the gain they will be able to make with Clov. So, what do you want me to say? Everybody here understand, buy all you can. Very, very little chance of any downside here. I mean, basically, maybe you will be doing, 40% profit instead of 70, or I don't know. But if you look at the chart, if you look at the news, if you look at the shorts, everybody's pointing in the direction that we have a run, and a big run. But until where, depending news, depending earnings, depending shorts, do the shorts will be forced by the news to cover the 50 million plus share short? And let me tell you this, to cover a 50 million share short, it's a big mess. Especially if you have good news, because remember, Clov is not a little company. Clov is a company who have a lot of followers. On stock tweets, more than 80,000 members. A lot of people have been dealing with Clov since 2021. It's a company, I'm very serious here because I know that some people sell Kool-Aid, and I'm very serious here. I'm trying to be very, serious and transparent. Clov, it's have an history of a meme stock. And let me tell you this, with all the shorts we have, if the company want to trap them and punish them, with all the people following Clov, who will be buying as hell if you have good news and good earnings in August, the shorts will be in a big, big mess. And I told you earlier, some of them, not all the shorts, but some of them don't care. They don't care to lose hundred of percent with Clov going brutally to $4, $5, $6, $7 because they have calls. And if the price go up, by the news, by the short covering, by the new traders coming in, and the price explodes without control, they don't care because they will be covering and paying $4, $5, $6, $7 per share when they were shorting at 2.8, 2.9. But the calls that they have will be giving them 1,000, 2,000, 3,000%. So they don't care. That's why Wall Street is a mess, because you can short a company as hell and people don't understand why the price is coming down and don't go up even if all the news are good. It's because they can do that until they want. And when they say, stop, now we cover and we are ready to cash in our calls, you just can't stop the train. Look at Open. And Open is absolutely not in the same shape of Clov. Let's be clear. Open have been with a volume of above $1 billion in volume, with the price touching $5 per share. $5 per share when the price was around 50, 60 cents. A 10-bagger, just because the players have been forced to cover. There is no fundamental news on Open that things are turning up or are turning in the right direction. It's only a mess because it was manipulated as hell. And Clov is the same. And, trying to imagine 2 seconds, if they release good earnings, if they release some kind of SaaS news with Humana and this and that, what's going to happen, folks? What's going to happen? With the 50 million share short, with the new trader coming in, with the calls, option chain. So I really think it's going to be a huge win. Short term, long term, even. But what I don't know, naturally, it's how all this is going to take place. I only know it's a good moment to buy. I know that. But I don't know what's going to happen. I smell some kind of storm, because there is a lot of ingredient to go in that direction. But I don't know how they are going to organize all this between earnings, news, calls, or expiring 15th of August. The next 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, let's say, going to be very, very wild on Clov. Be ready to face huge emotional pressure. I don't want to keep you to take more time, already 33 minutes. But I really want you to understand what's going on here. It's incredible. It's incredible. You have some stock like Clov who are the target. They are really real target for the short seller. Because the shorts have a lot of motivation. Sometimes it's they anticipate bankruptcy. Sometimes they want to buy calls, so during the run they cash a lot of money and they don't care to cover with the loss. It's Wall Street. It's complicated. You have a lot of hide agenda that you and me don't know, and we see the price. What's going on? What's going on? We are going under $3. Where's the floor? Where's the bottom? Because we don't know what they know. Who know? Before last week, who know here? We have like 50 million shares short, and we have BlackRock who have been buying 90 million shares of Clov. Who can anticipate that? Who can imagine that? If you don't have the news, you are completely in the fog. So, the The time of the truth has come. The time of the reverse has come, and is going to be very, very, very wild. So fasten your seatbelt. Remember to have your core position for the long term and some trading part of your shares. I don't talk about calls and puts because it's not my, I don't deal with that. I don't talk about that. For me, it's not real investing. It's something else. It's kind of edge that I don't want to deal with that. But that play a role naturally. And I think for the long-term lovers of Clov, this is the start of the big turning point. We will accelerate in 2026. And who really knows what's going to happen? Who have imagined that open will be at $5 after the price, 60 cents? Nobody. But Wall Street, the market is like that. Sometimes there is some kind of reevaluation, money going in, out, and you don't really know why. And you just, need to stick with the fundamentals and the reasons, the real reasons you have been buying a stock and trying to make your way between shorts, option trader, manipulation, institution, CEO. I think personally that Clov have been very shy on news by purpose. By purpose. You will see when they decide to talk about all the partnership and this and that, they will release. But for some reason, we don't know, they prefer to be silent now. And basically, I don't know, they are buying shares, they are buying calls, who knows? We will never know. So, but anything's possible. And don't think that when a company is silent, it's for nothing, I don't want to be suspicious, but I know life. And if you have a phone call of BlackRock telling you we are going to support you, buy shares, this and that, but try not to push the price until August, you know what I mean. I don't want to be. Anything's possible. And anything's possible. I know it's, but that's life. That's life. Everybody do it. Everybody manipulate. Everybody's lying. Everybody's trying to have great partnership with institution because they will need them for, any kind of financial deal or some partnership, some buyout. It's a special world, the market. It's a space, but it's like the world, honest people, dishonest, liars, pumpers, people building a real company with real people who are just, dropping magical powder in the eyes of traders. It's not an easy world, but I really think personally that Clov have all the ingredients to really be a big success, short term, mid term, and long term. My only fear is that we go up too quickly and that we see some kind of price, I don't know where, but too high. And in that case, it will be intelligent naturally to sell because you can buy lower. But even long term, it's a great investment. I always talk about Clov. I think they are doing the right things, and it will be a big success. But to disrupt the sector take time, and we all see what's going on with the Humana, United Health. they have big problem. The price have been falling to 2018 level. So 7 years of market was disappear, of market cap will disappear. That's because you have some new actor who are shaking the sector, and Clov is certainly one of them. And the market will discover that it's not a joke and all that, but that take time. Take care, folks. Thank you for listening.